Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the Mighty Bjorn. Welcome back to my YouTube, and today I have for you an Armored Warfare replay. This is PV Hardcore, Operation Quarterback. I have a full platoon here of Harry running his BWP 2000, Grim Mike running his Challenger 1, myself in the Leclerc Prototype. The Red Queen in the Object 187, and Rexall LB running his Type 96A. Take a quick look here over the Leclerc Prototype, so that way you can get a decent look at it. It's a pretty interesting vehicle. I've actually never had so much information at my fingertips on a prototype, which I find very interesting in itself. The Leclerc is a French main battle tank named in honor of General Philippe Leclerc. The design for the Leclerc can be dated back to the 1960s. At the time, the AMX-30 was still in service, and at the time, the French military was happy with the conventional AMX-30. However, NATO reports painted a very bleak picture about the quality of Soviet main battle tanks. As such, the way the French saw it, if the Soviet invasion would come, it would be they would be way outgunned, even with the military might of the United States and West Germany on their side. They saw a powerful military that could potentially soak up losses that the French could never afford. With this in mind, the French would come up with the EPC concept. EPC stands for Irgun Principe de Combat. Roughly translates as main combat vehicle, or in our case, main battle tank.
Good work.
France wasn't the only country to think this way. The US and West Germany had the MBT-70 and Kampfpanzer 70 projects. Over the next few decades, the French would design and test many ideas. The AMX-32 and the AMX-40 would come from some of these tests and ideas. The tests would allow French engineers to eventually find their way to the Leclerc design. In the first half of the 1980s, the French designed a new turret called TSC. The turret design would feature an automatic loader and a 120mm smoothbore cannon. In 1986, the EPC program was renamed to Leclerc. Soon the first test bed tank would be produced. The Leclerc prototype would weigh in at 52.7 tons and serve by a crew of 3. The crew would consist of a commander, a gunner, and a driver. The Leclerc prototype was protected by layers of steel and aluminum to create a type of composite armor. The main gun was an L-52 120mm CN 120-26 smoothbore cannon. The cannon could fire the NATO standard ammunition of the time. The gun would be loaded by an autoloader, which could provide a steady rate of fire of 10 rounds per minute and up to 12 rounds per minute for limited periods. The gun was fully stabilized and equipped with a muzzle reference system and a thermal shroud. The Leclerc would have a laser rangefinder, panoramic sight, and thermal optics, as well as a digital fire control system. The tank was powered by a unidiesel V8X 1500 horsepower, 16.47 liter V8 supercharged diesel engine. And obviously it produced 1500 horsepower. Overall, the Leclerc prototype was a well-armed and fast compared to the M1 Abrams and the Leopard 2. The first 3 prototypes would be produced and tested in 1989. Changes would be made, and the Leclerc would finally enter production in 1991, and finally adopted into service into 1992. What you have here in Armored Warfare is you have a very mobile, somewhat decently armored, especially in the turret area, main battle tank at tier 7. Honestly, right now, considering all the main battle tanks, this may, in my opinion, possibly be one of the best main battle tanks at tier 7. So that kind of indicates how powerful this is. Now it does have various different upgrades, such as you can have a revolving drum system autoloader. I instead stuck with not taking the autoloader and instead upgrading the armor-piercing ammunition for situations as you saw earlier when I was fighting that tier 9 Merkava. The lower armor penetration value of the armor-piercing ammunition would have struggled there, where the upgraded armor-piercing ammunition cut right through its hull like a hot knife through butter. It has a very decent aim time. It is pretty fast, and the turret's, as I said, well armored. However, the hull is actually fairly weak. So basically, let me put this in layman's terms. If you played a Leopard 2, this is a Leopard 2, but better. In any case, we're going to close in here. Try to see if I can get a shot on this final kill. Grim Mike with his Challenger 1 grabs the final kill of the match. And that is the W. All right, let's pull up the results here. So here we go. I got 17,507 damage, spotted 14 enemy vehicles, destroyed 7, and grabbed myself a blue star. Now I got beat pretty hard there towards the end. I've never been jumped there before by 3 tanks, but we held through. We did a pile of damage, got some decent spotting, and killed a bunch of vehicles in the process. I would not be top damage or top spotting overall. However, between how many vehicles I spotted and how many vehicles I killed, I would actually get the top XP with the Leclerc Prototype. Very interesting tank. Enjoy the tank quite much. But anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the replay. And if you did, please remember to hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Lets me know that what I'm doing, people does enjoy. Anyway, folks, until next time, thank you again for watching.